Hi, Justin. Welcome to Kansas City.
Thank you.
Johnny, I'll have a second question as well. Just when wondering, when you heard that you were coming to Kansas City, what was your initial reaction and how have you felt over these past couple months?
I was excited. Excited for a new start. Of course, the tradition here, the culture here. The guys that are here in the building, the experience. It was all in one. So definitely excited, and excited to be here and to learn and just to get things going. So.
From the frame of the fact that Patrick currently is injured and you could potentially start 1 to 4 weeks, who knows? Just how are you preparing? How has that maybe shifted how you might attack this challenge?
I mean, yeah, I think regardless of me starting or being a backup, I'm gonna attack the day the same way. My goal is to get better each and every day, any way I can. So I think, of course, you do have to look at that, but my mindset going into each day doesn't change.
Right. We'll go next to Nate Taylor.
Hey Justin, good to meet you. I just wanted to ask, what excites you most about putting your talent with this offense under Andy Reid, and why you wanted to see how well you could do with this opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, of course, Coach Reed, he's been in the NFL a long time, has had a lot of success, and very smart, and so that was, of course, deciding factor for me and an exciting factor for me when I came here, and then, of course, Pat, I kind of we of course knew of each other, but we didn't really communicate before coming here, so I'm excited to learn from him. I'm already kind of picking his brain a little bit and just observing how he, goes about things in the meeting room, on the field, and stuff like that. So I'm excited to learn and excited, of course, work with Coach Reed, EB, and all the guys on offense.
Let's go to Herbie Keope next.
Hey, Justin, welcome to Kansas City. A
Thank
couple
you.
questions here for you. If I'm not mistaken, in 2024 with the Steelers, you played in a version of the West Coast offense, and you do mention learning. What are some of the similarities between what Andy Reid wants to do and what you were doing in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, if I'm being honest, Herbie, it's the second day out here, so we haven't gone over any plays whatsoever. Yesterday was more of philosophy stuff, how we want to play ball, how we want to practice and stuff like that. And today we were just going over, defensive stuff. So we haven't dove into the offense whatsoever just yet, but I'm guessing there are going to be some similarities for sure.
And my final question on that, since you are just getting your feet sort of wet there, if you got to play, but what were your impressions of looking at what Andy Reid likes to do, philosophy?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
What were your impressions of when you got your playbook, some of the philosophies that Andy likes to do? What were your impressions of it?
I
Not that
mean,
you have done anything with it yet.
we haven't even gotten the playbook yet. That's what,
Okay.
it's so new that, we haven't really put in any plays yet. So, yeah.
Okay. We'll go next to Nick Jacobs.
And Johnny, I'll have a follow-up if I can, please. Justin, I want to ask you about draft night and that experience you went through. What was it like getting that call and kind of that whirlwind once you hear your name and all the work you put into it? Getting
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. I remember like it was yesterday. I'm just being at home with my family and really just hearing your name called. Of course, it's a little bit, nerve-wracking. You might be a little bit anxious, but when you do receive that call, you just look back on all the hard work, not only that you put in, but my parents as well, and really you just kind of even now, I kind of look at, old pictures of me playing football of when I was 8 years old, and kind of just think to myself that, God really chose me to be in this position. So, I never take it for granted. Just being, where I am now, and just being grateful for everything that I have.
and then kind of watching the Chiefs from afar over the years while you've been developing your career. What's really stuck out to you about this team? And you're like, this is an organization I have to join when I have the opportunity.
Um, I would say just the winning, to be honest. Finding ways to win, and of course, I think. Um, just seeing that, just having that culture, similar to when I was in Pittsburgh, just that winning culture, that winning mindset, and even me being here for 2 days, you can tell, why that happens. Just the mindset of the coaches, of the players, the fact that 99% of the guys are here right now. Just shows you what kind of team, we're going to be this year. And it just shows you kind of the wants and, the mindset that each guy on the team has here.
Looks like we have one more for you, Justin, and it's coming from Matt Derrick.
Hey, Justin, welcome to Kansas City.
Thank you.
How do you feel like that you've grown and developed as a quarterback? You've obviously have been in some different systems and had to deal with a lot of coaching changes as well. But how do you feel like you're a different quarterback now than you were as a rookie?
I mean, yeah, I think I've, grown in a lot of spaces. Of course, my goal each and every year is to continue to improve. So, of course, from a, mind perspective of me knowing the game, of my knowledge of the game, I've definitely improved there, and skill-wise too. Like you said, um, I've had a lot of coaches, but I've been in a lot of offense as well. So I'm just learning the different, offenses, um, seeing the different schemes, and being in each offense and learning the mindset, and just the what word am I looking for? Just the intentionality, and what we want to get done in each offense. So I've learned a lot, and I'm expecting to learn more here. And like I said, I'm excited to be here, and can't wait for the season to get going.
Andy Reid mentioned a couple of times that, he doesn't view you as a gadget guy, that you're here to play quarterback and not just be a guy that they use a couple of times in a game or anything of that nature. Was that important to you to come to a place that, really viewed you as a full-fledged starting quarterback potentially and not a guy that was just going to be maybe a gadget guy?
I mean, yeah, if I'm being honest, I didn't talk to any coaches before choosing to come here. Like I said, I chose to come here, or I wanted to come here because of the culture, because of Pat, and to learn from him and learn from Coach Reed. So, I mean, yeah, I didn't talk about, whether I was going to be a gadget guy or a quarterback. I kind of just assumed, to be honest. Of course, I knew the situation with Pat and stuff like that. So, like I said, I was just excited to learn from Pat, excited to learn from Coach Reed, and excited to just be in the building. So.